Because you started rapping and singing it from what, the age of 8 or something, wasn't it? And so from very young. I mean, was there ever that conflict when you became Muslim or afterwards? That did people say to you, "You're gonna have to leave the music industry. You're gonna have to"? No.
Imam Warith Deen Muhammad, the last time I saw him, so he said to me, because that was the first time my music ever came up directly, and he said, "I like your rap." He was an elder, so like, you know, they didn't say like, "I like your music," or he's like, "I like your rap." He's like, "You rap, and I like your rap." He's like, "I don't like all the words you're saying," and I used to curse a lot in my music when I first came out, and you know, he said, "I just don't like all the words." He said, you have really beautiful ideas and you're using ugly words to describe beautiful things. And so I told him my reasoning at that time. And he was so wise with how he did everything. He just said, "Well, okay." He said, "Okay." He said, "Well, you know, you're the expert, not me. I don't know rap like you know it." And he said, "And also, you're a Muslim." He's like, "And you know when you're in your Islamic character and when you're not. And I can't tell you that." He was like, "No one can tell you that. But you know it." And he said, "And Allah knows it." And I'm just like, oh, because in some ways that was so merciful. Like he really let me off the hook in that conversation. But he left me with a personal conversation that will never be quiet. Because he's like, "Oh, this is between you and Allah. And you know what's what. And also anybody else can see the difference. You can see when somebody is just being arrogant or when somebody..." And then I met a friend from LA who became a really dear friend of mine. His name is Evidence. The first time I met him, he was cracking up laughing. And he's like, "You're a conscious rapper that curses more than a gangster rapper. But it's because you don't smoke weed and you don't drink and you don't chase women. He was like, you live like a monk by hip hop standards. Compared to my teachers, like I'm a bumbling idiot. But by hip hop standards, he's like, you're a monk." So he's like, "You curse more than everybody else. You're overcompensating. You're trying to let everybody know how, you know." And he's like, "Someday you're just going to stop." And he's kind of right. Like at some point I just stopped doing it.